afternoon, and yes, I'm late. Holy shit, I lost track of time. How's everybody doing today? I think we already got 22 people up here, and a lot of them in the chat. Smoking Dad is in the building. So, what do the Lions need? I see Go Pack Go all day says. I believe another linebacker because we're going to a 4-3 from a 4-2-5. I believe we definitely need another edge. We also need probably an offensive guard. And then, if possible, I would like a good number 3 wide receiver. I don't care about the size. Size don't matter. What matters is good route running, good hands, explosiveness, pop, you know, an actual just a little less than Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's what I think we need in the draft. Anything but edge in the first, Motown Mitch? I disagree. I think that's where we should get them. The top end talent is very deep. It goes 2 rounds deep, but it stops before our pick in the second round, with how many are available. So I would take the edge in the first and then go O-line later because it look right now. That is a great question. I believe it is. If we don't make it all the way to the promised land, I believe they don't go any further with Goff. I've said that ever since the contract came out. You look at how it's structured. No, no Harposo. We actually ran a 4-2-5 the last 3 years. 3 years, we are going to more of a 4-3 defense. Brent DeWitt, I want edge, O-line, D-tackle in any order the first 3 rounds, then wide receiver, safety, running back. I don't even know if we need another running back. We still got Netflix for this year on the roster. We got Vaki, who showed some signs of pop towards the last half of the season. So Calvin Shepard said we're going to be running more of a 4-3 now. It doesn't mean we won't run a 4-2-5. We won't run the nickel. We won't run the dime. We won't run bear formations or any of that. We'll still do all that. It's a multiple faceted defense anyway. But Calvin Shepard has been here the entire time, which means it's not going to be a total relearn for the defense. So, and he wants to be more of a blitzing defense. Thank fucking God. Yes, I said it just the way I meant it. But we got Big Dan Davis, Brent DeWitt, Motown Mitch, Mr. Dorn there, Mr. Packerman himself. You got one ass cheek and 3 toes. Come on in. That link that I gave you is permanent, Bistrilla. I thought it said 11:36 on my phone, and I got into doing something, and I look up and said, shit, it's 12:07. I'm late. I don't normally do that. With everything that's been going on, I have been distracted lately. Don't forget on whatever platform you're watching to hit the like button. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Davey! Long time no see, brother. No, so again, because Davey just got here, I'm going to say it in order of the importance. I think the first 2 things of importance is offensive line at guard position and edge opposite Hutchinson. Well, don't forget, we just added Rock Yassin for backup, and we still had the UDFA that carried over his contract. He's still here. But the best porn name in football that the Lions let walk last year, Steel Chambers. And Big Dan Davis said, yep, I heard Shep straight up say the combine interviews that we are running the 4-3 base. I do expect to see multiple fronts depending on the situation and opponent. Just like we always, every good coordinator switches stuff up. They can't run the exact same look every time unless your name is Matt Patricia and you want to do one down lineman in a dime formation. Need to kick Rock Yassin and Dorsey out. And I don't mind a safety, like, 3rd round or later, maybe even 4th round or later. In the first 3 rounds, I kinda wanna get e either 2nd round and then a wide receiver in the 3rd, and then I don't care about the rest of the draft because it's depth. I think there will still be some good edges right there. There's a chance that we could end up with, like, either James Pierce or, yes, he will. I love that kid. Been paying attention to him since he was at SVSU. I know he came out of Canton. He's a hometown product, and he's happy to be here. Yes, and Tate Ratledge now he's the conundrum as far as the rankings are from what I've seen. Tate Rutledge, I've seen him be as early as in the late 20s where we're at. But then again, I've seen in another one where he's like 101 or 102. So all over the board. And that's looking at the actual website big boards, not just mock draft big boards, because none of those are right ever. Because everybody they have their bases of operations, so that gives them a bias towards those players. That being said, what else is happening good in the world? Oh yeah, I was talking about our UDFA that we let go last year with the best porn name, Steel Chambers. Remember him? He's leading the UFL in tackles for the Memphis Showboats. Even though they're a shitty team, he's leading the league in tackles. He even has 2.5 sacks already through 4 games. Yeah, I'm still not happy we let him go. I'm not happy we let Matthew Betts go back to the CFL instead of cutting James Houston that year. James Houston got 1 sack in the preseason and then didn't get another one until he shit himself because he was so excited about. Who are my favorite edge prospects coming outside the main ones that we've heard so far when it comes to this draft? I haven't been able to do the deep dives. I've had to pay attention to the first 3 rounds more. I'll get into it and see some more. But Jack Sawyer's slipping. So let's say we don't get that. We do go like Tate Rutledge or the other guard from Georgia or the guard from Alabama at 28. And Jack Sawyer might be there at 2nd round, who's an edge that can play linebacker. He's more on the smaller side. I think he's an inch shorter, isn't he? 6'4", and he weighs about 260. Where do you see Brad getting a linebacker and who? I haven't followed the draft. That's why I said somebody like Jack Sawyer. Are you implying that Mel Kiper Jr. is the reason why Matt Millen had the worst 1st round picks until Calvin Johnson? That this draft strategy was best player available in Kiper's big board. There isn't a lot of off-ball linebackers that I like a lot. Danny Stutzman's one. Nick Scorton's another name to look at edge that we could like. Then of course there's JT Tamaloso. There's all sorts of them. But like I said, if you decide to go guard because you don't want to let one of those guards go because there's a lot of offensive line needy teams that pick ahead of us at 28 in the 2nd round, you could get your guard in the 1st round and then go at edge, and you could do that. But Danny Stutzman, Oklahoma State, 6'2", 230 pounds. Basically, he's coming into the league an inch shorter and the same weight as Malcolm Rodriguez, and from the same school. But again, all right, B. Again, I apologize for being late. I just lost track of time. It happens. I'm getting old. I do like the other OSU edge guy as well, Tumaloso, however you spell it, if they don't take a round one edge. Tumaloso should be a first rounder. I know. And DT would be good depth in the later rounds too. I and I don't care if it's the seventh round and we take Cam Jackson, the big fat Chad looking for Bigfoot. I haven't seen him around. He was on the open mic the other night with Robert. But yeah, he's probably is looking for Bigfoot. Hey John, did you see the Minnesota fan doll they came out with? That's for you, John. I know how much you like the Vikings too. And by the way, our favorite fake sponsors are back. Is that Hawkinson? That's what I said. That's a retired Hawkinson. Yes. Oh. Cam Jackson. That's the guy, Cam Jackson. He's projected to be a seventh rounder or UDFA. I don't think he'll fall past the sixth because he was 91.2% successful at stopping the run. That's all he is a body that hits. He has no pass prep. He can't collapse the pocket, but he can take up two defenders or two blockers. That's the good thing. He can push the pile, but he will not collapse the pocket with speed. Relative athletic score of a 2. And out of a scale to 10, let's see, what did they say that number was? Out of 54,397 defensive tackles tested through the RAS thing, he was 5 away from the bottom. There was only 5 guys worse than him for relative athletic score that actually scored on there. That's pretty bad. Put it this way, Tom Brady had a higher relative athletic score than that. Oof. I know, Dan. I know, Dan. Good to see you, brother. Right. It would be good for the push that might be illegal as of next month. We're waiting for them because it sounds like they're, Green Bay pushed for this, and 28 teams are on board. Well, let me fix that. Damn it. No, did not want that. I'm getting you, Leonard. I'm trying to get to this damn thing, but it keeps popping up all over the place. There, link sent, Leonard. Oh, I can close this so it quit dinging in my ears. All right. If Brad Holmes gave up our 28 and 60, how far up can we go and who'd be worth the cost? I don't think there's anybody worth that cost. That's the bad part. That's just me. I don't think so. Mr. Leonard does, also known as Von Doom. Let's say it right. Von Doom. Hey, I finally agree with Dorn. How about that? We're 3 days away from knowing who the first pick will be in the draft. Harry. And welcome to the stage. Oh, he disappeared as I go to hit it. What the hell? Get back here. Yeah. B, where'd you go? I saw you for a second. Oh, there we go. Woo-hoo.
What's up?
They better draft Carter. That must be for your Giants. Huh?
What's up, man? Much B, how's it going, man?
On vacation?
Same old, same old.
You're taking time off of work?
Dude, I'm on freaking light duty right now because I screwed up my neck and other shoulder. And I was like, hate my life or take vacation where I could watch WrestleMania and the draft and not hate my life. And I was like, bet, vacation it is.
Okay, so we're on day one, Leonard. We're going to be a part of two different. Yes, Sarah, let me get you the link. She wants to hop on.
Sorry, I was trying to light my cigarette. Two different what, though? Finish the sentence.
Two different networks on day one. I'm going to be a part of the Huddle Sports Network draft coverage because they're going live onto the Roku thing, and I didn't want to conflict our scheduling. And I'm also going to be a part of that open squirrel night, I call it now, instead of sports night, because it's like ADHD and envisioned in sports.
Yep.
There we go. It's Sarah, the Vi Queen.
Sarah.
Howdy, y'all. How was your weekend?
Fantastic. Happy belated Easter.
Busy.
For those that don't celebrate it, I don't care. He has risen.
OG Zombie Day, exactly.
That's right.
So, for the Giants fan, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What happens if Cam Ward doesn't go first to the Titans or the Browns? Do you
We
guys
100% take him.
Or do you guys take Cam Ward?
Cam Ward. 100% to take Cam Ward.
Yeah, because we already heard that from the Browns, they're not going quarterback.
Woo.
They
I hope
Jay
Hunter
Mountain
at Carter. I'm really hoping Carter or Hunter made a great impression on the Titans then.
Right. Well, one of them's going one way, and the other one will go the other. And I've heard there's a rumor that the Browns might take Genty.
Ew.
Because
I ain't even trying to hear anything until the draft starts.
I know, but I'm just saying because of the loss of Chubb, because they let Chubb go to free agency due to the injuries, it would kind of make sense.
Not at 2 though, man. That's how you take your franchise back.
I hear the Giants really did their homework on Shadur Sanders, though.
But wait, you are also talking about the same people that traded for Deshaun Watson, gave him a bag, and then still let them have a bag this year after he re-injured it, not following medical protocol.
They restructured his contract now, though, so it's not guaranteed now.
Right. So maybe they're going to get rid of him, maybe they're not. Genty going to the Jags. I don't know. Do they pick ahead of the Raiders?
Yes, they pick 5.
Might be.
And I don't see that happening, though, because the Jags have ETN and Tank Bigsby. They're set at running back. They need offensive line help.
Big Dan with the good one. Browns let Chubb go. Cleveland is officially flaccid. Yeah, especially since they signed Joe Flaccid again.
the best quarterback that franchise has had in freaking 30 years right there.
I know.
No, I'm sorry. They did have Baker. Baker was good. Cleveland just sucked.
Baker's bad decision making on Baker. The hell?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's gotta be Sarah.
Somebody's ringing my doorbell. I'm not getting it because I don't know who it is.
That's what she said.
I disconnected the wires to my doorbell, so I don't have to deal with that.
But Sarah, any news out of Vikings land, or just wanted to come on and chat and see what we're talking about?
She's trying to be quiet so nobody knows she's at home.
Who can it be? JB, if that's your doorbell, don't answer it. I don't answer the door.
JB needs to start digging a tunnel.
Dorn.
Sarah.
That's actually funny.
I'm surprised Motown Mitch didn't say that.
John said ice is coming for Sarah.
Wow. Fucking slow.
LOL, I don't have friends.
We know.
Oh my goodness. But it is great to see everybody. I hope everybody did have a blessed day, those that do celebrate Easter with their families yesterday. And if you don't celebrate Easter, that's okay. I still wish you had a blessed day. Because you know what? Life's fucking hard enough without making it worse.
You don't have any friends, Brett? That's not bad. That's not good.
Here's what I have to say about that. Life is only a 4-letter word because all the other good ones were taken.
Nah, man. See, that's a bad way to look at life, though. You just think of it this way, man. As long as you wake up, it's a good day because you never know what the hell the day and tomorrow are going to bring.
PC. So does this mean you don't want a $26 box of Thin Mints, Sarah?
Fuck, I want some Girl Scout cookies.
I know that's right. And Thin Mints sound good, too.
All I know is I got kicked out of the Cub Scouts because I ate brownies.
Ah, you're funny.
Brownie was the dog's name.
Nope.
You guys obviously do not watch murder porn. I don't open the door for anybody I don't know. That's how you get killed.
I know. I was
Murder porn?
Murder porn, right?
Murder porn.
Yeah, I mean, like when you watch
Fruity,
like a whole bunch of like.
Look who's back! Leonard shows up and he shows up. It's Fruity Fred.
When you watch
Peterson.
a whole bunch
Fred.
of crime mysteries, it's like murder porn because you're just watching a bunch of people get killed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but when you say the word murder porn, all I thought was necrophilia, and I'm like, that's a little messed up.
So does that turn you on when you watch that, Sarah? I'm just trying to figure out how you murder
No,
porn.
it just makes me like more aware of things that not to do. Like I don't ever wear headphones when I go walking because I can't hear if people come up behind me. Sorry, but I don't want to get murdered. I mean, you guys might think it's funny because you're a dude, but for me,
don't
funny.
talk about that one. That might get you flagged there, Harpazo.
Yeah.
You can't put that 4-letter word in there. You can put a lot of them in, but that one.
Yeah, we're already teetering off of murder porn.
Yeah. The fact we mentioned porn and something graphic of happening in the others were bad. Thanks for the laugh, Sarah. It is. We've never heard it called that. That's why it took us by like. What?
Jeez.
What the fuck did she just say?
Yeah, murder porn.
It just sounds worse coming from a woman. I'll tell you that. My new metal band name, Murder Porn. Lions need an edge rusher. What else? Offensive lines, specifically the guard position, because Manu's being trained at the guard position, but he's never played it. If we have one go down, all we got is Coyote Awasika since Dietler left, and Mahogany's probably going to be our starter.
Depth at tackle wouldn't hurt either.
And that's why I said later on, the first 3 the first 3 rounds is O-line or D-line, depending on which way you go in the first round, second one, whatever one you get first, you're going to get the other one second. And then possibly either a linebacker, wide receiver, or safety depth in the third round is what I'm thinking. That's where I see it going.
What are you hearing
Offense.
about this GMO rumor? 'Cause I keep seeing it everywhere now.
It's a rumor.
It started with Woodward Sports, which is the very biggest podcast out there. They're everywhere. They're on every social media. They have more followers than Micro Mike, who used to be the biggest Lion.
I like Micro Mike. I hate the guys at Woodward.
And congratulations out there, Mike Timber, on your new relationship. I hope it goes blessed. I know he watches the show every now and then. Lions have a decent backup QB. Lions don't know what they have at backup QB until the preseason gets here. But there might be somebody picked up in day 3 for more depth. Yeah, I mean, you can never have too much depth because we all know Kyle Allen isn't shit. Woody Bach!
Woody! Fuck you, Woody.
If Fred Murderborn, hell, my fiance watches a lot of that cold case shit. We're getting married this Sunday, heading to Mexico, May 6th. Hopefully I come home in one piece.
Sorry, Fred.
Fred.
It's been good knowing you, buddy.
So if JJ Mix starts, I don't see the Vikings winning more than I don't see them winning less than 8. I don't see any team in this division winning less than 8.
I don't know, man. Their running game worries me. And JJ McCarthy's a bum.
Keep Fromm and use Hooker, trade up for Cap. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I don't know what they're doing with Fromm because I know
Sam Darnold was also a bum. So I mean, we did fine with him. So
yes, sir.
No. Sam Darnold was never a bum. Sam Darnold just went to the Jets. There's a difference.
Dan looking chunky.
He went to Carolina. He went to San Francisco.
Whoa. Woody picking on me. You look like a fat Jorge Masvidal. Shut up, Woody. You look like you ate Jorge Masvidal. Fuck. I love you, Woody.
Now, this I agree with. If J.J. McCarthy gets injured because they haven't addressed their backup position with something solid, that would derail their season.
Well, you know me. I have not been high on J.J. McCarthy at all, ever. So I don't think it's going to work out that good. I think you need another year on the bench.
There we go. If the Lions go guard in round 1, which good edge guys do you expect to be there at 60? Believe it or not, it's looking like Jack Sawyer has fallen off of everybody's boards to around that. And he may be there. There's a kid, another kid who was the opposite Shamir Stewart at Texas A&M, and I wouldn't mind him at that point. Because then you're getting value. And, of course, then there's Landon Powder Jackson.
We get a guard in the first round. I'm slapping the shit out of fucking Brad Holmes, and I'm running.
Dude, if the kid from LSU falls that far, you take him. I don't care.
Yes, sir. We have zero filters. Hey, PCPA load, I found something better for the Vikings. I put it into the chat, which Leonard has seen and B has seen, but you haven't seen it yet. Let me get that comment over there. It looks like a retired TJ Hawkinson.
Cockinson? That's TJ Cockinson.
Looks like he lives in his mom's basement.
He goes, Sam Darnold had a great arm, but he cannot handle the pressure well. Yeah, you saw that because we didn't even sack him that many times in that last game, but we were on him like white on rice. Looks like Jesus. Skull, still keep on losing. Yeah, we know that, but what was that one that we had? There was one we had that. LOL, basement dweller. Oh, what's that one? We do have one about Chicago. That. Oh.
So what's the one about you guys?
Oh, our guy? I got our guy. I don't discriminate.
I love it. 1 prize, 0 Super Bowls.
Right.
Why does that look like Diddy brand baby oil in that picture?
That's Diddy grandpa.
That's Flint water. That's what makes that whole thing good.
Oh.
That's Flint water.
Where's the Caleb one?
The Caleb one, I haven't got it in here because I got to transfer it from the phone to the computer, and I just haven't done it yet.
Where's the whacker one?
The whack? Oh, the Packer one? That's
The
coming.
whacker one, not the
Yeah.
packer.
Yeah, whacker. Yeah,
Yep,
I think we're
Nick
gonna. I
Scorton.
think that's who we're gonna get, Nick Scorton. To tell you the truth, I feel that's what we're gonna get.
Our guy is the Lions of old. Yes, it is, because we broke that losing past year on Thanksgiving. Who was that we played that like fucked that up? God, I can't. Oh yeah, it was Chicago.
You said it right, Chicago.
I sure did.
Watch, the Cowboys are going to be in like the fourth quarter, and they're going to need to call a timeout, and Eberflus is going to pull out the extra timeout from Thanksgiving.
He won't have that power because he'll be a defensive coordinator.
Will Hutchinson be a tough player upon his return? I think he will be. He looks like he is 100% ready to go. I've watch video after video because I follow the House of Hutch on social medias, and he puts up his workouts now. He's no braces. He's running full speed, pulling the parasail, the whole 9 yards.
They all look ready until they're not. Kirk looked ready too. He looked so ready. Atlanta gave him $100 million.
Yeah, we were talking about
that was an ACL though. That's not a broken leg.
Yeah, broken legs. Broken legs with titanium rods. They actually come out stronger than they were before they were broken.
I know, but I'm just saying they all looked ready until they
literally.
Yep. There we go. Hutch is now Iron Man.
Literally.
Kirk wasn't even playing bad in Atlanta when he got benched, though. He just wasn't winning.
And then he got hurt.
He wasn't playing good. That's for sure. He
was playing good for an Atlanta quarterback.
What positions do I think the Lions won't draft? Kicker.
I don't know about all that. Brad Holmes has done some crazy shit.
Kicker and punter we won't draft. We're locked up. We got all of them for the next couple of years.
Well, on Thursday, yeah. Won't be. It better not be an offensive position. That's all I got to say.
The only offensive position I'll be okay with is guard. And that's only if all the guys that we want. Wait, let me finish. If all the guys we wanted aren't there.
They're going to draft Jalen Milroe at 28.
Oh, you suck the snotty end of my fuck stick.
You eat corn the long ways.
He's drafted in the first round.
No, that's not me. You have me confused. You have me confused again.
That looks just
like you. Or Caleb, he's a corn cob of all jokes.
Yes, Sonic and Knuckles are good enough to not lose their spot at running back. The only one that's in danger of losing their spot is Netflix possibly going to running back 4 because Baki started to show up and showed a little more flash, a little more pop. I said that's the only thing you might see is Baki going to RB3.
Craig ain't gonna lose that pot. Baki didn't show that much last year anyway. He did good in spots, but he was mostly a special teams player at best. So he's got another year. He got 3 years.
He's moving the fullback. There you go.
He could do that too. He's a big but he went. I don't know. He's big.
He can block.
He can block. And that's why
all those running backs can block.
Every single one of them on our team blocks.
Yep.
Hell, most of our wide receivers block, except for Tim Patrick because he's made of scar tissue and duct tape.
Hey, Tim Patrick did great for us last year. What you talking about?
Colored fingernails for an NFL player is the strangest thing I've ever saw. Well, that's what happens when you graduate with a minor in cosmetology and nail tech.
Hey, man, you'll never not have work.
Why is it that everyone is screaming for Edge? I'm one of them. And Holmes acts laid back about it. Is he holding his... Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. He holds his cards close to the vest every year.
And he doesn't value the pass rush, if you haven't noticed.
There we go. It's a new nickname for him. Caleb Williams is the acetone kid. Love it. I still like the one I came up with at the draft because it caught on. I've heard people saying it all across the country, including Chicago podcasters. LGBTQB1. I said it when he was drafted when I saw that pink bone and the pink fingernails.
Mr. Revlon.
Yes. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Could be. Maybelline, Revlon, whatever.
Yeah. I stuck that jingle in your head by saying that, didn't I?
Yeah, you dickhead.
Go, Pat, go. The strangest thing I ever saw was J-Mo humping the ground. Yeah, it was funny. I admit it. Acetone is what you use to take your fingernail polish off, in case no one knows. We all knew that.
Thank you, Brett.
It has other uses that we're not going to get into on here either.
True.
Yeah.
This isn't a cooking show.
Yeah, this is not Breaking Bad.
Not that kind of cooking.
Yeah, that was weird. Well, you're welcome. So, I know the Packers fans, from the ones I talked to, a lot of them want wide receiver, and other ones want edge. Where do you sit at, Dorn?
On a corn cob.
It's not a matter of what they want. It's what their GM's going to do. And we all know what their GM's going to do.
Cornerback.
The next guy here.
Oh, so often injured and never plays? That's the next one they want to get?
Yeah, he sniffs it to Cobb a buzz. Notice he didn't say cop. He said to Cobb a buzz.
He said he wants a wide receiver, huh?
Yep, wide receiver.
He wants a wide receiver.
Why do the Packers want a wide receiver? You've got like 80 of them there that are all solid number twos. Let Jaden Reed be your number one and just give him the ball.
Edge, wide receiver, and CB in the 3 rounds makes sense. Watch Goody draft a tight end and safety.
That sounds like our old
Brett
makeup.
says BPA, but if you look at his draft history, that's the only the case about 40%. Yes, I do. I have noticed that. And he goes, JB gets me. Spelling out the fact he said Cobb and not Cop the field.
So there's a difference in the seed.
Sometimes it's a different in the seed.
Yeah, between Cobb and the other one.
Yeah. But he says, but the Packers will move back and draft O-line like last year.
Hey, they took Jordan Morgan. I like Jordan Morgan. He wouldn't have got hurt, man.
JB be shaving his head every day, and now he's feeling himself. Oh, no, I haven't shaved it today.
That's just how bald he is, buddy.
Yeah, that's how little is there. Because they found out that 3 number 2 wide receivers still don't make a 1. Yeah, great response, Fred.
I still say Jaden Reed could be a number 1 receiver in this league.
Christian Watson could too if he didn't keep getting injured.
I mean, his hamstrings are held together by scar tissue and duct tape.
Right. There you go. That's the real one.
Have a blessed day, everyone.
All right, Brent.
So, what round are we screwing the Packers this draft?
It's always usually the first round.
It's been the first or second every year.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first year was when we traded out of 34. Traded out of 32 and gave up the 34 to Minnesota. And they traded for the 34 and got Christian Watson.
Aw.
So, Sarah, I know you got four picks in this draft. Do you really want to pick in the first round? Would you rather them take like a haul and fill a draft board so you can get like 6 or 7 picks out of this draft?
Depends where the draft picks are. Like, I don't want them to trade out of the first round to get a bunch of 6th and 7th rounders.
No. I'm saying, like, let's say it's it's a team that's already picked, so you get their second and like a fourth, and then maybe a seventh, and then a couple other ones in the future draft.
What
It
number is
depends
the
how
first
far
round
we
pick?
have. It depends how far down.
Right.
Where are they at in the first round?
They picked 24th, I do believe.
Shit, if they were at 20, I'd say call the Giants. We may trade. Jump ahead of Pittsburgh for quarterback.
Keegan in the chat.
Unless Cam Ward, man. If Cam Ward really falls to 3, I will do backflips. You'll never see me happier.
Yep. There we go. There it is. I bring that up with the old school Packer fans all the time. I said, just remember, as many busts as you say we drafted, you guys passed on Barry Sanders.
They wouldn't have wasted his talent like y'all did.
Shut your whore mouth. They were awful back then. Vikings had 4 draft picks. Yes.
I got to throw a Lions jab every once in a while. I've been good with him lately, not sending him out as much as usual.
Oh, yeah, that was Tom Grossi. I know exactly you're talking about. That really popular Packers YouTuber. Don't remember his name. Just did a hilarious video about the Lions screwing them this year.
So, does anybody want to hear the top draft team since 2020?
Sure.
No, not really.
Number 1 is Detroit Lions. This is from the New York Times, by the way. You should love. No one loved them, Dan.
I'm shocked. I'm not shocked
Kansas,
at that one. I'm shocked at the Bears one because the Bears were pretty high, and I'm like, I mean, sure they drafted starters, but I mean those players haven't really done shit. So I mean, are they good draft picks?
Kansas City's number 2. Baltimore is number 3. Tampa Bay, of all teams, is number 4. Check this out. Dallas is number 5. What the hell?
Who?
Dallas.
How the
Right. This is from the New York Times, though, so you know.
So it's liberal bullshit. Gotcha.
6 is Miami. 7 is Cincinnati. 8 is
So
Buffalo.
So you're telling me
9 is Philadelphia. That's strange.
So you're telling me that list was made by ChatGPT.
Probably. Honestly, that list should go Kansas City, then Philly, because they've won. So right there, they've drafted better because they've won.
I agree.
Nick Baumgartner was the person who put this out.
Oh, yeah. So it is ChatGPT. Got it.
The Athletic. Yeah.
The Bears' offensive line is made of butter every season.
Not this year.
No, it's been made of margarine. This year, it might be butter.
Butter's a little harder.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. Butter doesn't melt so easily.
Jell-O.
No, Jell-O is what they had when they had Fields. It improved to margarine last year.
It definitely got better this year with freaking Tooney and freaking Jonah Jackson. If they draft a solid tackle, I think they'd be good.
I think their tackles are
on
fine.
paper.
I think their problem has been interior play.
On paper.
The Bears
They still got a gel. We'll see how good they can gel.
It's getting about that time where I'm going to do my sponsors. I got my old sponsors back. You all know what they are. Leonard, you created them. You go ahead and say the first one, Leonard.
Fuck the Packers.
There we go.
I like that in a New York accent. Love that one, dude.
Fuck the Bears. And get so fucked. Oh, Goody has a press conference.
Goody for him.
Thank you, Go Pack Go. You have a nice day as well. You're more than welcome to tune in for Macapalooza Wednesday night. I'll send you a link. I'll have it at the beginning of the show there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago isn't cursed. Chicago's a cesspool. Get it right.
Bears QBs make their O-line look worse than it is at times.
There you go, Britt. The box.
They still have Glass Jonah Jackson. If he's hurt more than a couple of games, that O-line is going to struggle. I agree.
How did he hold up last year, though?
He missed the first half of the season.
And he got a spot taken over by a rookie.
Yeah.
That tells you
all
all
you
you
need.
need
The rookie outplayed him. That's why they traded him away. King SJ from Canada finally pops in. How are things on the Canadian side of the border? Have a great day, everybody. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Have a great day. And I'll be on time tomorrow instead of coming in like 10 minutes late. Have a good one.
Big.